wondering, do they directly interact with the bubble or just something that's underneath the bubble? You didn't get your loot from the big guy? I think I did. Oh well.
Now!
Wait, what? Each person is slitting the throat of the person in front of them. Row.
Now!
Imagine being the last guy, just be like, you know what, no. He just goes and walks away. Oh, that recording that said, why are the scientists lining up? Maybe this is what was happening? Maybe these guys all lined up and started, you know, killing each other in a line, and then that other doctor, like, witnessed it and had it recorded? My necklace? Oh, bro, that was a... Wait, complete Act 3? That was Act 3? Dude, that was a Hail Mary. I was like, I do not know what to put here. So, okay, this is one of those games where the last act is much shorter. Oh god, we cannot afford to fix that. Bro, you gotta run. We do not have money. Nothing in this game has dropped money. We have none money. Oh, what? Is that whole puzzle just dumps everything into the core of the planet? Yo, go, drone, go! Oh my god. No, we lost Droney! He was with us the whole time. Bye, Yoshi. Oh crap, this is when we get arrested.
Fucking move!
This is how they capture him.
This wasn't just about weapons. Think of all the good that could have come from this. Imagine the advancements in medicine or the scientific breakthroughs we could have unlocked.
Ask anyone in Haiti if they give a shit about your scientific breakthroughs.
Take the moral high ground. Let's see where that gets you. Leave us. Usually, this is my favorite part. But I don't know. You're different. Almost forgot. Did he lie about anything?
Yes,
Oh, really? What did he lie about?
That's his mom.
I'm still alive.
fucking called it. Oh my god.
Look at you. Compromised by your emotions. Can you walk?
I'm not sure. How did you...
I'll tell you on the way. Come on. Tanya's waiting.
Where are we going?
Grab that other gun. Dual wield.
Home. We're going home.
Droney upheld Protocol 3. F's in the chat.
Aww. No, my necklace! That opened a lot of doors. Get the necklace. Oh my gosh. The ending snuck up on me, chat. G freaking G. The ending snuck up on me. I wasn't expecting it so soon. I didn't think it'd be tonight. That was actually pretty good. And I say actually, not because like I jumped into the game expecting it to be bad, but I expected it to be decent. And it surpassed my expectations. That was pretty good. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me or difference of opinion? Let's see. Let me tab out for a second here. All right. I'm gonna leave it running in case there's any post-credit scene, but I'm gonna start preparing like a final thoughts thing. All right, so what do we got? We got game setting, gameplay, visuals, audio, bugs, problems. Worth it? Is it worth it? I actually agree with you. Okay. More important question, did Muck ever free that lady from the first area? I never found the key for it, no. There was so many things where like you would find a key in an area and then like it went to something completely in a different place. There was quite a few things I didn't solve. Hang on. Okay, so like here's a few rod puzzles that we didn't find the rods for. This thing in the first zone with these 4 twistable pillars. No idea what the solution was to that. Another rod puzzle. This thing. This was a door we found. I don't know what's going on here. We did find that. We did find that. Oh, I think I found this 4-leaf clover thing, and I forgot where it went. So, I had the key for this. Yeah, this thing, never found what that was about. Like, this was not interactable. But I felt like I needed to do something else and come back here. Oh, remember those, Rylas just said it, the tilting torches, where I would, like, turn them 45 degrees and they would glow? Never figured out what that was about either. Sam? Yo, I never found Sam. Yeah, I don't know if it's possible to find it, but never found him. French casting. On. Libegit. .100%ing this would take a while. Some of it would just be like finding the things you need. Some of them are really tucked away. For a second, I thought someone was shooting the drone, but is it shooting flares? Okay, so it found the Eye of God.
Identification confirmed. Eye of God located.
Okay. So there's still dudes trying to find it. Thank you for playing. Your journey through Hadia leaves echoes across time. Reload your save game to continue unraveling mysteries, completing good deeds, closing time loops, and unlocking the vaults of forbidden knowledge. The story might not yet be finished. I just read, so this symbol, we thought for so long that it was like a diamond with just like some stuff around it, but like this is the Eye of God. but it's drawn kind of like one of those topology maps. Pretty neat. Pretty freaking neat. Okay. All right, chat. Review time. Review time. So, where's my notes? Where's my notes? Where's my notes? Okay. So, Hell is Us. We originally started this just because I needed something to play for a GeForce Now sponsored stream one day, and we played like an hour of it, and then, you know, the whole time I was like selling GeForce Now basically. So I was like, this was kind of cool. I'll come back to this again in the future once we, you know, and I'll focus on the game and play it from the beginning and focus on the game. And it took us a while to get back to it, but we did indeed get back to it, and I'd say like the first bit of the game was pretty good. It definitely, I feel like, grew on me. Like it got better over time. The mysteries reminded me, like, honestly, some of the puzzles reminded me of like old King's Quest games where it's like you find this one niche thing and it's like, oh, this goes to that niche individual way back there. Like there was a lot of that. There was a whole lot of go find niche thing and, you know, bring it to other hidden person. Like, remember in the very first zone, there was like those two soldiers hiding in a bunker, and one of them wanted a radio and the other needed his medication because he had type 2 diabetes. And that bunker, I missed it like the first 4 times I went past it because it was pretty well like out of the way. Hi. It was pretty well out of the way. And then the medication and the radio are from 2 different zones much later on in the game, like 10, 15 hours into the game. So there was a lot of like going back and forth. I would say in a review video for this, I'd be like, just a heads up, do not try to 100% a zone before going on to another zone. That's not possible. You will be doing backtracking. So I would say that to give people like the advice. Gameplay, pretty good. I'm not sure. I'd have to check to see if you could play this on controller. I can only say on keyboard and mouse, it was fine. It was interesting because it had kind of a spammable parry button. I don't know if you guys could see, but I was like raising the halberd repeatedly when they would be about to hit me to try to catch the parry. But at the same time, if you got hit, it was very punishing. Like, you did not get control of your character back for like 2 seconds. So if they just kept hitting you, you were stun locked. Like, if one hit hits you and there was a barrage coming, the next 10 hits were hitting you. Like, you couldn't like block or parry or dodge out of the sequence of attacks if you were already kind of staggered, because you just kept getting staggered. And that wasn't a negative, it's just a fact, and it's worth mentioning. But the gameplay was pretty good. There was a couple of minor things, like whenever you would open your inventory, sorry, hang on a second. He was being goofy a minute ago, and I was trying to show you, but he went back to normal before I got the camera on him. Anyway, whenever you would open your inventory, it was like that iPad thing, and it would like boot up. I got sick of seeing that animation. Like, just let me hit I and immediately see my inventory. I don't need to see the laptop boot up for 2 seconds. I got kind of tired of that. Or when you mouse over an item and the text would appear like this, just show me the text instantly. Like, those little things that would, like, take a second away, like, added up a lot. Whenever you'd get in the APC, your vehicle, you would see that animation of the drone landing on the roof. And it was cool the first 2 times, and then I was just like holding the skip button every single time after that, because it was just like, why do you keep showing me this? And it wasn't a loading screen, because if you hit the skip button, it just immediately went in. So it was just like, ugh. So there was a couple of small like time eaters in the game that I got sick of seeing, but it wasn't a huge deal. It wasn't a huge deal. Continuing on the topic of like visuals, the game was gorgeous. Like, there was multiple times that I was like, oh my gosh, like the pile of bones, the top of the Bloody Queen's Tower, the first time we went to Lake Sinon and we saw like just the view, like there was multiple times in the game. It looked amazing. Let's see, audio was really good. The first thing I think of was when you would kill the time loop guardians and you'd hear that really loud wob 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 thing. That was really cool. That was kind of like candy for my ears. I really liked that. Had no hand holding, no map. Yeah, that's definitely worth mentioning. I don't know if I would say that's a negative. No hand holding, no map, except in some cases. So, like, when you would find a map of an area, it wouldn't be press M for map. You would have to go to your inventory, find the map. It would be like a brochure or something, and then use the item, kind of like the same way you use your compass, and pull it up. And items did have the item wheel, the cursed item wheel that I am not a fan of in games. It wasn't a huge deal in this, but it was there. So, like, I would have my compass and my healing item, the med kit, and the find the nearest time loop guardian, and all those other things were on the item wheel, and it would be next, use item. And I'd have to cycle through them. Now, fortunately, it was not a big deal in combat, because in combat, the only thing I was really using, if anything, was a med kit. Also, very interesting, and this is just like talking, very interesting design. In most Souls-like games, you've got your Estus flask, right? You know, your potion, and when you rest at the bonfire, you fill your stack of potions. This didn't have that. The healing mechanic was the heal pulse. By hitting the, in my case, the X key, at certain moments in combat, you recovered health. There was no refillable healing potion. Like, if you used up all your medkits, that was it. I don't know if there were merchants that sold more medkits or anything like that. I didn't see them. Like, the blacksmith could sell certain other things. I don't know if he had medkits. But, like, there was a finite amount of them as far as I could tell. But if you figured out the timing for healing pulses, you could do that endlessly, as long as you didn't get stun locked. So yeah, visuals, I think honestly, for this game, I think visuals were 10 out of 10. Audio is 10 out of 10. Like, I think, like, for this world, they serve their purpose immaculately. Very good. Gameplay, again, I could make some small critiques, but I would say like 8 or 9 out of 10. Game set. I don't know that this is a negative, but it's worth mentioning. Some of the storytelling was like in these cutscenes that was like really cool, and other chunks of the storytelling, like for example, there was that whole war, right? There was 2 factions at war and they hated each other. If you actually wanted to learn more about that, you had to do a lot of reading. There was no like in your face stuff about that, but like if you wanted to, you know, get more world building, you had to just do a lot of reading in the game. So from my perspective, I have no idea why they were at war. I just know they were at war for a very long time. Bugs and problems. I mentioned the time eaters. I mentioned the item wheel. There was one more. I don't know if you guys remember it. Screen where you turn in items, such as a key to a locked door, would sometimes break. So this bug...
Mukluk spin, Mukluk spin, Mukluk spin.
Hey, Naxon, thank you so much. We saw this bug like 8 or 9 times. Wasn't a huge deal, but when you saw it, you had to escape to the main menu and then load back into the game. And sometimes that meant that you would appear like 100 feet away and have to run back to where you were, because it would pop you in, not where you were, but at the last save point that you saw. Now, fortunately, even if you progressed past a save point, monsters did stay dead, items stayed picked up. You know, you didn't have to replay content, but it was annoying because there was like 8 or 9 times I went up to a door and I couldn't click on the key for the door, and I had to leave the game and re-enter the game. So that was the only really recurring bug. I think the item wheel and the time eaters are not necessarily bugs or problems unless you view them as such. But I feel like this was a problem no matter who you are. But yeah, overall, I would say this is good. How much was this game? If it's 40 or less, I'm going to say worth it. If it's more than that, I think about it. It's 49. Probably worth it. I got 22 hours, and I did the main quest and a lot of side quests, but there was absolutely quite a few that I didn't solve in the time that I played it. But this was pretty good, and it made you think a lot. I think, like, there's not been another game that I've played recently besides Blueprints where I had to take freaking notes. And you might think that's a negative, too. I also will say the quest journal in the game could be better. You know, because there was basically like 7 different tabs that all could have been quest journal. You know, there was so many different tabs for like looking at information. And a couple of times I couldn't find it. Do you guys remember the times when I couldn't find information that was given to me verbally, and I just pulled up the VOD for the stream and rewound it a few minutes? Like, so like, I'm just gonna write quest log and I'll extrapolate on that later. But there was times when like I would be told like go here, do this, and then I couldn't find where it went, and then I ended up just rewinding the stream VOD to find out what the information was. So that was absolutely a thing. How far did you get in Blueprints? Blueprints, we got 12 hours, 12.8 hours. I solved a lot of puzzles. Honestly, my issue with Blueprints is I liked the puzzles. I hated the roguelike aspect. And I was wasting so much time on the roguelike aspect to try to progress through the puzzles. And I just got tired of it and I put it down. That's part of no handholding. Yeah, I guess so. Like, you had to write it down fast. But yeah, you had the quest log thing where it was like the different things with like strings attaching them. And then you had the quest log thing that was like kind of like your inventory. And then you had a quest log thing that was like your inventory again, but it was quest items. And then and it went on and on and on. And then you had the research log, that was separate. And then you had the research log of locations, and that was separate. So there was a bunch of tabs. But yeah, it was overall, there was very few bugs. There was some systems that could be better. And I would say the story had a pretty satisfying ending too, but at the same time it also left a lot of questions. Like they could absolutely do a continuation of this if they wanted to. Very positive on Steam as well. But yeah, I was not expecting it because of how long chapter 1 took me to finish. And then hitting the end of chapter 2, I was thinking like, oh, we got another day or two of this, like 5 hours a day. But then chapter 3 was really short. It was basically just that big compound. Like, chapter 2 was the 4 keys, and then you went through the long tunnel, picked up the orbs, and then that big room with the orbs and the statues was chapter 3. But now that you've beaten the game, I've been wondering, when you knew each emotion enemy you were going to face, would it have helped you to change your glyphs, etc. to match? I don't think so, because like I had the terror laser, and that worked even on terror enemies. The big thing is like there was those I didn't use them a single time. There was those consumables that were called suppressors. And I'm pretty sure, like, if I was fighting a rage enemy and I use a rage suppressor, it's like a damage shield for them. And I mainly relied on just, like, blocking and parrying and then counter-striking. So I did through the whole game. If there's an achievement for, like, use a carrot, I didn't use a single one. I did not use a single one of the meals, which refilled stamina, or the suppressors. And I think I used, like, one limbic battery. Like, the consumables just felt really unnecessary for most of the game. Resolve all mysteries. Hold on, what are the other achievements? Let me see. Equip 2 grade 5 weapons and 2 grade 4 defensive. Oh, I could have done that easily. Converse with all NPCs. Oh god, I miss them. I tried to talk to all of them. Research all items. Upgrade all weapons to 5. Limbic invasions. Research, mysteries. Research all items. Civil War. Acquire and wear all baseball. Wear all caps? Are you serious? I had to cycle through all the caps. Good god. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, this was good. Like I said, I had tried an hour of it, and I came back to it later. I was like, oh, this is cool. I was down to play it. It ended up being even cooler than I thought it was going to be. And again, I specifically remember like the pile of bones, the top of the Bloody Queen's tower. Like there was just a couple of moments that were just like jaw dropping. Like wow, this is crazy. Hey, Chip is back again. He's doing a lot of running in and out. But yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. If they ever do a sequel, I'd be down to play it. I would say that, this is worth it if you're into this game. This definitely has a niche, you guys, because there are going to be players that like puzzle games, but they hate or are not good at combat, and they won't like this. There will be people that like Dark Souls, and they will consider the combat in this acceptable, and then they will hate the puzzles. So the biggest thing for this, like I'll do a video on this one, but the biggest thing for this is making it very clear that this is like 50% challenging combat and 50% puzzles with no handholding. And I got to make it really clear to people like what they're getting out of this, because otherwise, they'll be disappointed. But yeah, that was Hell Is Us. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That's the end of the playlist.